Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Emil podcast. Uh, I just decided that I'm going to make a podcast now. This is the podcast, uh, episode 1. So, I'm not really sure yet what the podcast is going to cover or what I'm going to talk about. We'll find out as we go along, won't we? It will be just like anything else that I've ever done. It's great. It's a little bit of improvisation. It's always good. It's healthy, I think, for the brain to just like say whatever comes out when you open your mouth, and then just, I don't know, not have anything written down to go off of. I feel like I need that, because I spend so much time just listening to music all day or playing video games. Well, I don't really play any right now. I'm not playing anything right now because I beat Elden Ring not too long ago. So now I'm just sitting around scrolling through YouTube, trying to see if I can find something to watch. But there's just fucking a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of shit I don't give a fuck about, you know. So I just thought, I just I need something to do. I need something to occupy my mind at all times, because I hate sitting alone with my thoughts. Except that's exactly what I'm doing right now, in a way. In a way, I'm also not sitting with my thoughts because just saying whatever comes out, I feel like I'm just, I don't know. It's not really, maybe it is, I guess it is my thoughts. It's just a bunch of nothing, you know. So I played through Elden Ring when that came out. I spent like I guess it was like a month of just playing Elden Ring every day for like 15 fucking hours or some shit because I was unemployed, which I'm not right now. I started a new job not long ago, but I'm not sure about that if I'm gonna stay there. I'm working at like a kindergarten, which is not something I ever thought I would do. I just got offered from like what do you call it? It's like a service the state gives to help people like me get a job. So that's good, I guess. So right now well, I've always just kind of just done whatever happens, whatever comes, I'll just deal with it when it comes. I don't know. I never had any plans for anything, but it's turned out fine. I have my own apartment. It's pretty good. Life is pretty alright in that way. But I need a hobby. I need to spend my time doing something, and I feel like making a podcast. Well, kind of the podcast is kind of a joke, but I mean I'm recording it right now, so maybe it's not a joke. We'll find out if this is a thing I'll keep doing. We'll see how long I end up recording for. If because if I mean obviously if I end up not doing it, it's probably not even gonna be uploaded. But right now I'm like really sick. So it's like I get like a little deeper voice. So like it's like a podcast voice right now. It feels. I'm also just very low. I'm sick of. I don't have a lot of people to talk to, and especially not at this time of day on a weekday, because fucking everyone's asleep because they have like a real job or school or shit like that. But my job, I only have 3 days a week where I need to be at work. But I was sick yesterday. Well, today I guess, yeah. I was sick today, so I didn't go to work, and I don't have work tomorrow. And then the next day would be on Thursday. No, wait, Wednesday, yeah. And then on Friday. So right now, I have tomorrow off. So I'm just gonna. Well, I'm basically just recovering right now. I don't know what. It's not Corona. I had Corona like a month or two ago, but then it wasn't like that bad. I mean, it wasn't good, but I was mostly just like fatigued at all times. But now I'm like, this is like, what do you call it? I'm coughing and shit. I hadn't been coughing that badly, but coughed up blood the other day, like 3 times, which is like not a good thing. But I assume it's just like I just have like I don't know, open fucking wounds in my throat or something. I should go to the doctor about that. Maybe later. I assume if it stays around for longer than a week, I should definitely go to the doctor. But like, I don't know. I don't like to worry too much about shit like that. Oh, let me try and like stay on topic because I think I've just like started talking about something and then changed it like instantly a lot of times now. But let's not worry too much about it. Just say whatever. I say whatever. Oh fuck! I just fucking peeled off a scab. That's not good. Don't do that. That's gross, dude. uh, Elden Ring. What a fucking cool game, man. I beat it in like, well, it doesn't matter how long it took me to beat it. I don't remember honestly how long it took, but I have like 200 plus hours in the game now, and I like start a new character after I beat the game. I went through a little bit more on the second playthrough, just rushed and got like all the stuff that I remembered. You have to get to like the Atlas Plateau or whatever it's called, like the next zone. You gotta get like medallion, like 2 parts of a medallion to get to like the next zone, I suppose. Like the next thing that's locked off for a while in the early game. And so I feel like I have a lot to say about that game, but I don't really have that many people to talk about it with because most of them either haven't beat it or well, yeah, that is really the only reason. Most of them haven't beat it yet because it's it's still kind of new. Not everyone is a fucking unemployed loser. Well, I'm not unemployed anymore. Anyway, I uh, I just wanted to I wanted to try and think of I want to formulate some things about that game. I don't like writing, so I thought I would just try and talk about it. And I guess I could start with just the bosses, like the beginning of the game. The first when you first step out from the tutorial zone in Elden Ring, just the first look at the open world is that it's fucking incredible. I've had well I expected it to feel like that. I hadn't felt such a fucking excitement for a new game since fucking Skyrim when that came out, which was like 2011 or something. And I remember it felt like a new, I don't know, it was something, there was something special about it. Back then, just the idea of an open world in general was crazy. And then I thought I remember thinking the idea of the dragons just flying around, fighting big dragons in a big open world was such a dope idea. But like in Skyrim, you got kind of sick of all the combat and shit like halfway through the game, and it was really just the exploration that kept that game fun. And fuck, sorry about the coughing. Um, but with Elden Ring, I had already beaten all the other all the other FromSoft games, except Sekiro. I still haven't fucking beat that game because I get really this. I feel like that game is like it's a really good game. I really love that game. It's just like I got stuck at the 2 final bosses, and I just got really frustrated because I feel mostly like the demon of hatred fight. I felt like it kind of just went against everything the game taught you up to that point. Like you can parry all the shit he does, but like he'll still do like half your health, and you'll just run out of items. So you have to do everything super perfect, and it's just I don't know. That fight is probably like the only boss fight in any Souls game that I've ever like given up on. And then there's the actual final boss, which I could beat. I mean, I know I could beat them both if I actually wanted to fucking put the time in. But I don't know. It frustrates me for some reason. I should give it another shot. I'm not exactly sure myself why those two bots. I think it's I don't know. The Sekiro combat is really fun, but it's also you need to be on point. You need to be fucking. It's all about timing and shit, which is not what I'm super good at in the other games. I'm not like incredible at them, but I find the combat and shit is really satisfying, and you can kind of circumvent like some of the difficulty with like making a build that suits your style or whatever. And the other ones, like Bloodborne. Oh fuck, I love Bloodborne. I wanna. I would if I fucking knew how to do editing and shit. I would make like a. I would totally. I don't know. I probably wouldn't, but I want to make. I don't know. I just want to talk about all my feelings on Bloodborne, but you know, I can't be babbling. None of my friends want to fucking listen to me babble about Bloodborne for 10 hours straight. And also, I would be repeating myself a lot and shit. I do that all the time. I love just saying a bunch of nothing. That's just kind of staple. Uh, yeah, exactly. I'm saying a bunch of nothing. Exactly. I'm doing that right now. My fucking throat is fucked. It doesn't really hurt though. It's just I don't know. Just straightening my throat, I guess. And then I cough, and then that's the bad part. Look, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I need to back off. I need to go back to where I was talking about. I was talking about Elden Ring. I wanted to, yeah, I want to talk about what I feel about Elden Ring. The open world shit. Like the second you first see the open world, it felt exactly like how it is when you get out of the tutorial in Skyrim. And I felt like I was fucking 10 years younger. It's like kind of sad how fucking much video games mean to me. It's at least just some, really just like from software games and like Skyrim and Ratchet and Clank, I guess, and like Jack and Daxter. There's probably some other games. Yeah, here are some Magic 4 specifically. Like those are games that fucking mean more to me than it's like kind of embarrassing to admit how much I love those games. Cause I've kind of always just been sitting in my room all day and just playing video games or whatever. I never really have much else of a hobby. I guess I draw sometimes, but I don't. Yeah, I think I kind of base myself a bit too much around video games. I just don't have like, I don't go to school. I dropped out when I was like 16. So it's fucking all I'd ever done is to just, yeah, do that. Sit at my computer. That's all I know. And, well, enough sulking about how shit my life is. Elden Ring is fucking. It made me feel something. Just the feeling of exploring, being, you get your full freedom of exploring. There's not a single like compass icon telling you go here, go there. You open the map and it's just fucking empty right away. And it's just you walk around a little bit, you just look around. And the game doesn't tell you anything except there's the guy at the start, I guess, that tells you to follow the grace, the gold, fucking forget what it's called. But there's like the line from the grace that just shows you like the direction of where you should be going. And I'd already seen like by the time I booted up the game, I'd already seen some gameplay and shit from the the alpha. Well, it wasn't the alpha, I guess. Just the gameplay that was already out by then, I guess. So I knew that there was a boss up there and shit, and it was like really hard or whatever, which I expected. But so I didn't want to go there straight ahead. I wanted to just get the feeling of exploring right away. I wanted to just look around and see shit I hadn't seen in gameplay. And so I just instantly went the direct opposite direction of where you're supposed to. Well, where the thing shows you anyway. And I went to this like in the lake where that dragon shows up in the start, and there's a chest that teleports you. It like traps you and teleports you to Kaled, which is like a pretty fucked area to be right at the start of the game. It's so good. They just put you right in some mine. You have no idea where the fuck you are, and every enemy is like super dangerous to you. And there's enemies that can shoot fucking homing projectiles at you around corners and shit, and they'll like two-shot you. And you get that sense of, I got that sense of just I shouldn't be here. And then just the, I don't know, just the panic of trying to get out of there as something, I don't know. Yeah, because they trap you there. You're not allowed to warp to any other grace until you sit down on at another grace, and then you have to not be inside like a cave. But I didn't like fucking figure that shit out until like way later, because I didn't read anything of the, like I tried warping and it was like, why can't I warp? What's happening? And it took me a while, and then I got out of the cave, and I just ended up walking around in the swamps there. And I didn't sit down at that grace that I found earlier. I just lit it, and then I walked around, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't warp. And I was just sorry. I was just exploring the swamp zone, which is like fucking Blytown 2 point fuck. It's like this fucking nasty, pulsating pus fungus plants all over the place. I love it. It's full of poison and shit. And you don't get the horse until you get to like a specific grace later. So I didn't have the horse, which makes it way harder to go through that shit. And just the sense of scale you get when you open the map and you see you're so fucking far away from the beginning bonfire is great. It's such a good open. The game is just, it's incredible that you can stumble upon that like right at the start of the game. That was literally the first thing that happened to me in the game. That was just my first impression with it, and it really it's special. I mean, I think I don't know. I'm trying to think of how I want to say what I want to say, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Because after beating Elden Ring, I've been thinking about it, and I still think Bloodborne is the best From Software game. Not that I think that you need to like say one is better than the other. It's just because they're all fucking amazing in different ways. But I guess out of the, I suppose out of the Dark Souls, Demon Souls, and Souls, Elden Ring is the best one because it's more of a Souls game than Bloodborne. But and it's not much of a Sekiro, except for like the fact that you can parry. But I wouldn't say it's the same. So just the goddamn, it's a really good game. The bosses are like the fucking crazy. They put some of the craziest looking shit in that game that they've ever done. Like I still think Bloodborne has some like actually the most impactful bosses, I would say. But just the visuals of some of the bosses in Elden Ring, like fucking Riker, that fucking snake. That shit is the second face of that when he summons the skulls, like the fucking like you're in a cave and like the ceiling opens up and there's, well, I don't know if it opens up, but this like cloud spinning like a fucking wind tornado in the ceiling, but it's all red and it's fucking like fucking evil chandeliers in the ceiling. It looks so fucking cool. It's fucking the visual of that, just the whole that whole fight is like, I don't know, I can't get over how fucking cool it is. Like I've never seen anything in a game. This made me, I don't know how to express myself, I suppose. I'm not good with words. It's just the boss fight is really cool. Okay. It's a goddamn, it's fucking epic, okay? It's, I would say it's epic. I would say that's one worth calling epic. You can say that. That shit is dope as fuck. And you have bosses like Godfrey is probably my favorite boss in the game. You fucking the first Elden Lord. So he's like tarnished. He used to be like you, I guess. Like he was just the first guy to beat the game in a way. So in a way, he feels sort of like Soul Cinder from Dark Souls 3, and how he's like, well, I guess only in the sense that he's literally like the first guy who beat it, just like the fucking kind of the same concept, but it doesn't play the same at all. But it's the the goddamn second phase where he fucking kills his fucking lion ghost or whatever. Where you think he's gonna like I expected him to like send the fucking lion to fucking kill you or something, because he doesn't use the lion at all in the first phase. But then he fucking kills it and he just fucking goes warrior mode and he fucking wrestles you and shit, throws you around like a fucking football. It's fucking awesome. I would love. I don't know. I wish you could fucking do those moves. Like you should get grab attacks as like a Ash of War. That shit is so cool. It's just that boss was like that boss made me fucking scream. Like I've never fought a boss and like physically felt like I needed to scream out loud because it was so awesome. Like I fucking I fucking lost my shit at that fight. It's so good. Uh, what else about Elden Ring? I don't know. The final boss is fucking awesome. I guess I could just keep saying everything's awesome, but that's maybe not that entertaining. Who knows? Uh, is a sick game. Uh, I guess this is like a prototype podcast, anyways. It's fine that I'm just babbling about nothing. I'll just uh, I'll just upload it. Whatever. I don't care if one person listens to it, and then that one person can tell me that I need to shut the fuck up and not ever do this again. I respect that, and then I'll post another one maybe. Anyway, but maybe I won't. I don't know. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm babbling. I'm saying a bunch of nothing. Well, at least in my, I have no idea what I'm saying. I don't remember the thing I said right before the other thing, because it's just a bunch of, what do you call it, is a stream of consciousness, you know? Like, just, just saying whatever comes out of my mouth. Uh, yeah, Elden Ring's a good game. And I can't wait to see if they're gonna make a DLC. I assume they will. It's gonna be great. And fucking, I really want to like do something with Bloodborne. I want to do some sort of not a video essay, because that's not something I think I'm capable of, because I'm not gonna end up ever writing a script down. Even if I did, it would suck, because I'm really bad at that shit. Just I don't know. I need to. I need a place to vent about my feelings about that game because it's so good. Fucking, I just been nonstop listening to the OST of fucking Bloodborne. Bloodborne still has like the biggest bangers of all time. Like the Elden Ring has some amazing music as well, but Bloodborne still, in my eyes at least, is probably a bit biased because that was the first one I beat. But I still think I would still say the Bloodborne, especially the DLC, Bloodborne Old Hunter DLC, is just the. It's like there's some of the sickest shit ever put in a video game in that game. just the just the final boss of the. Well, I get yeah, it's the final boss. The moon presence are like the optional final boss. It's not really. Yeah, it's an optional boss. But just Gurman, I would say, if anything, moon presence is just like a second face to Gurman in a way. But just that fight hits hard, dude. Like I wouldn't say I understood like the whole context of everything the first time I beat that game, but the music is so fucking sad already, and you can just feel there's something off about everything that's going on. You don't really understand why it's sad. At least I didn't. But it's like on my third or fourth attempt or something. I I'm not gonna pretend that I figured everything out. I definitely watched a bunch of videos on YouTube to just explain the lore to me because I'm not that smart. But the fucking the whole thing is how he's like the keeper of the dream or whatever because he's cursed by the moon presence or whatever, keeping him hostage or some shit in the dream, and so he's stuck there in fucking like purgatory hell sort of place for fucking all eternity, and he's like he just hangs out there in his wheelchair because he's got his peg legs. It's probably a pain to stand. But then in the fucking final fight, it's like if you refuse, like he asks you if you wanna, if he could just, end your life so that you can get out of the fucking dream to the fucking nightmare and wake up and just forget everything. Like, trying to make a reference, but I forgot what I was trying to say. But just how he wants to fucking. Oh man, I don't know what I'm saying. Why am I talking like I know what I'm talking about? It's just so good. It's the like Gurman's like fighting you just to because he knows if you beat him, fucking you'll take his place or whatever. Okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. This song is really sad. It's sad. I'm not gonna. Sometimes I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I don't. And the times I do know is when I've been watching YouTube videos telling me what happens because I'm an idiot. I just really like it. Okay, I really like it. You can sort of sense, you can sort of feel it when you're playing. This fucking is cool. It's a good game, and I I've just been saying like the same three things over and over just now. Um, I should probably just end the podcast right here because I'm just repeating myself now. Um, well, this was a bunch of nothing. Uh, Thanks for listening, and let me know how terrible it was, and how you never want me to make another podcast ever again, right? Coughing idiot signing off.